Hey everyone! Ready for a deep dive into something kind of amazing?
I am always ready for a deep dive.
Today, we're tackling awe.
Ooh, I like it.
The
Ah,
science behind it, how it can seriously upgrade your life, add years, maybe dial down the stress.
sounds like a superpower waiting to be unlocked.
Exactly. And to guide us, we're looking at an interview with Dr. Dacher Keltner, a big name in the world of human emotion.
Oh, yeah, I know his work.
He was on the Diary of a CEO YouTube channel. So
Ah,
much good stuff in there.
I bet. Let's dive in.
Okay, first things first. What exactly is awe?
Well, Keltner, he describes it as this encounter, right? With something so vast, so mysterious.
Vast and mysterious.
Yeah, it just shifts your whole perspective.
Well,
That feeling of being humbled, amazed, maybe even a little mind blown.
You're talking about being totally dwarfed by something much bigger than yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so like standing on a mountaintop looking out at this vast landscape, right? Classic example. Definitely a classic. But here's the thing. Awe isn't just about those big landscapes or, once-in-a-lifetime events.
Oh, so it's not all about these grand adventures.
Nope. Kellner even shared a story about how a simple act of kindness on a train, just someone being kind, gave people chills.
Chills.
Chills, yeah. It's a physical response to awe.
Wow, I never thought of it that way.
It's like awe is hiding in plain sight.
So you don't have to go on some crazy expedition to find it.
Exactly. Think about like the last time you looked up at the night sky. All those stars.
Oh, yeah.
Or felt moved by a piece of music. Those everyday moments can be full of awe.
It's about noticing, appreciating, being present.
Totally.
Okay, I'm feeling a little more awe-inspired already. But besides these good vibes, what does science say about awe?
Oh, there's some cool stuff here. Studies show awe can reduce inflammation, lower stress levels.
Inflammation, too.
Yep. It can improve your heart health, even increase something called vagal tone,
Vagal tone.
which, calms your whole system down.
And
And some research even suggests it could help you live longer.
hold on, a longer A&D, happier life. That's a pretty good deal.
Right.
But do you have to, constantly be having these massive awe moments to get the benefits?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Kellner talks about this study where they just added awe walks to the routines of people 75 and older.
All walks. Okay, what are we talking about here?
Just asking them to, notice things during their walks that inspired a sense of wonder.
Like soaking in the beauty, the little details.
Exactly.
Soaking it all in.
And guess what? These walks significantly improve their well-being. Less distress, less pain, and way more joy.
So even small, regular doses of awe can have a big impact.
Absolutely.
It's not about climbing Everest every day.
Nope. It's about finding awe in the everyday, making it a habit.
I like that, a habit of awe. But, it makes you wonder, why do we even experience awe in the first place? What's the evolutionary purpose?
That's a great question, and it gets into some fascinating shifts in how we understand evolution. Remember that old idea of, selfish genes?
Oh, yeah, the whole survival of the fittest thing.
Yeah, like everything we do is just about individual survival, passing on our genes. But now there's this growing understanding of how important cooperation is and collective well-being.
So we're wired not just to survive on our own, but to thrive together.
Exactly.
Okay, that's kind of heartwarming.
Right, and awe seems to play a big role in that. It fosters that connection, that feeling of belonging to something bigger than ourselves.
It's like when we experience awe, we're humbled, we see our place in the grand scheme of things, we
Right.
let go of our ego a little bit.
It's a powerful thing.
So in a world that can often feel so isolating and individualistic, awe is a reminder that we're part of a collective.
Exactly, like a reset button on our perspective.
I like that. But I know Keltner also talks about some tougher aspects of human behavior, like this power paradox thing. What's that all about?
This is where things get really interesting. So Keltner's research looked at social class and, pro-social behaviors. Yeah, things like compassion, empathy, helping others. And what they found was, in some cases, people with higher social class actually showed less of those qualities.
Wait, so the people with more are less likely to care about others. How does that work?
It's complicated, but Keltner calls it the power paradox.
The power paradox.
While empathy and kindness might help us climb the social ladder, once we get to the top, those qualities can actually erode. Like, we forget how to connect with people who are struggling.
Almost like using compassion to climb the ladder and then kicking it down once you're at the top.
Yeah, it's a powerful image, and unfortunately, it's often true.
So it's not just about, demonizing wealthy people.
No, it's more nuanced than that.
Hmm.
Keltner points to the structure of privilege itself. If you're constantly surrounded by comfort and abundance, it's easy to get detached.
Detached from the struggles of others.
Yeah, like living in a bubble. And that bubble can be hard to pop.
Even for people with good intentions.
Even then, it's tough.
Okay, but if awe can help us feel connected to something bigger, could it be the antidote to this power paradox?
Now, that's a question worth exploring. Could awe be the key to breaking that cycle?
It makes you think. I also know Keltner talked about the power of touch.
Ah, yes. Touch.
Yeah.
Often overlooked, but crucial for well-being.
Hmm.
He draws from research on Burmese, Harlow's monkey studies, even the impact of touch in classrooms.
So it's not just about hugs.
Hugs are great, but it's also about the simple stuff. A pat on the back, a handshake, even just holding hands.
What makes touch so powerful?
Well, it releases oxytocin, the cuddle hormone.
Oh, makes sense.
Promotes bonding, trust, but it goes beyond that. Touch can calm your nervous system, boost your immune system, even reduce pain.
Wow. Keltner even mentioned how a pat on the back in a classroom made kids more likely to try harder problems.
It's amazing. Touch communicates care and support in a way words can't.
But haven't we become a bit touch-averse? All this emphasis on personal space?
That's a good point. Boundaries are important, but Keltner argues that maybe we've gone too far in the other direction.
So we need to reevaluate our attitudes towards touch.
Exactly. See how incorporating more non-sexual friendly touch could actually be beneficial.
I can already hear some listeners saying, hold on, I'm not a hugger.
Right.
But it's not about forcing anything uncomfortable.
Exactly. It's about finding what feels authentic for you.
Touch as a language.
A language of connection.
Okay, so boost happiness, improve health, strengthen bonds. Maybe we should all get a little more touchy-feely.
In a respectful way, of course.
Okay.
But there's another piece Keltner highlights, the ripple effect of our actions.
Oh yeah, the classic pay it forward concept.
Right. He talks about kindness, compassion, gratitude.
We've all heard those feel-good stories about random acts of kindness creating chains of generosity.
Right.
But is there science to back that up?
There is. Research actually shows these positive behaviors can spread through social networks.
So witnessing acts of kindness makes us more likely to do the same.
Exactly. It's like a positive feedback loop.
Kindness breeds more kindness.
I love that. And on the flip side, the same can be said for, less desirable behaviors. Keltner even talks about the science of gossip.
Wait, gossip?
Yeah. While it can be negative, it also serves as a form of community regulation.
Hold on, you're saying gossip isn't always a bad thing?
Not necessarily. Think of it as spreading information about behavior, good and bad.
Like a way to hold people accountable.
Exactly.
So gossip's like a social immune system, identifying threats.
I like that. And this all ties into karma. Not some mystical force, but the way we treat others does have consequences.
What goes around comes around.
In a sense, yeah. Our actions create ripples. It's all connected.
Wow, we've covered so much already.
Yeah.
Awe, the benefits, its evolutionary roots, even that power paradox thing. We talked touch, compassion, even gossip. It's a lot to process.
It is. But it all points to this idea. Happiness and meaning aren't just about what we do for ourselves.
It's about how we connect with something larger.
Nature, community, humanity, you name it.
And that's where we'll pick up in part 2.
Stay tuned.
We'll delve into some practical tips for cultivating more awe, compassion, and connection. There's so much more to uncover.
Can't wait.
So, as we were talking about that power paradox, how wealth can sometimes, chip away at compassion, it got me thinking about something else Keltner brought up. That decline in life expectancy in some parts of the world.
Yeah, heavy stuff. There's a connection there for sure.
He talked about deaths of despair, a big factor, especially in those, impoverished communities. Rising rates of suicide, drug addiction, this sense of, purposelessness.
It's heartbreaking. And it makes you wonder, is it a lack of connection? That feeling of isolation we were talking about.
It's like all the things we've been exploring, awe, compassion, gratitude, touch.
The missing ingredients.
Yeah, the things that bring meaning and connection, they're just absent.
Makes you think, could cultivating those positive emotions, especially awe, be part of the solution?
It's like that study with the awe walks. Just adding that to the routine of older adults and boom, huge improvements.
Right.
What if something that simple, just encouraging people to look for awe, could make a difference in those communities struggling with despair?
It's worth exploring, right? If awe can help us shift our focus, see ourselves as part of something bigger.
A sense of belonging.
Exactly. Maybe that can combat those feelings of despair and isolation.
And maybe it's not just about individual well-being. Maybe awe can inspire action, create a
Right.
more just world for everyone.
Absolutely. Harnessing the power of awe for social change
To
movements.
tackle climate change, poverty, inequality. Wow.
It gives me chills just thinking about it.
Me too. And it connects back to what you said about young people today. All that passion for changing the world.
Maybe they're onto something.
Maybe they're tapping into that human need for meaning, for purpose, and awe can help fulfill that.
That's hopeful, isn't it?
It is. But how do we put this into practice? How do we cultivate more awe in our lives and in the world?
Well, Keltner offers some wisdom, creating systems for gratitude, kindness, touch, weaving them into our lives, intentionally.
Like that gratitude chat we implemented in our company.
Exactly. Creating that space for appreciation. It sparked a ripple effect.
Totally. Game changer.
It's amazing how something so simple can be so powerful.
Right. It's a good reminder.
We don't have to wait for those grand moments. We can create opportunities for awe in our routines, our interactions.
So instead of just hoping to stumble upon awe, we can be proactive.
Yes. Keltner suggests things like those awe walks, spending time in nature, listening to music that moves you, immersing yourself in art.
Soaking it all in.
Exactly. And it's not just external experiences, right?
Oh, right. What about internally?
We can cultivate awe internally too, reflecting on big ideas, contemplating the universe, exploring those mysteries of life.
Nurturing that sense of wonder.
Yes, that childlike curiosity, remembering there's always more to discover.
I love that. And Keltner really emphasized touch, challenged those cultural norms.
Right. He made such a strong case for the benefits of touch, physical and social.
Yeah.
And like we said, it's not just about hugs.
It can be as simple as a pat on the back, holding hands.
Just those small, genuine ways to connect. And these connections, they're not just, extras
That's fundamental.
to our well-being, individually and collectively.
It makes you think about how we design our societies, our workplaces. Are we creating environments that foster those connections, those positive emotions?
That's the question, isn't it?
If we want people to thrive, if we want to see that life expectancy increase, despair turn into hope.
We have to prioritize connection in every aspect of life.
It feels like a turning point. The old models of happiness, all that focus on individual achievement, material wealth,
It's not enough.
not anymore. But the good news is, we have the science now. We know what makes us thrive.
You just have to act on it.
It's like we're being called to rewild ourselves, rediscover those human capacities for awe, compassion, connection.
Beautiful way to put it. And it starts with small steps.
Taking an awe walk, expressing gratitude, reaching out to someone who's lonely, helping out.
Exactly.
Remembering we're not just isolated individuals, we're part of something much bigger.
A web of life. Our actions create ripples.
And like Keltner says, karma's a real thing. How we treat each other matters.
It matters for us, for our planet. It matters for everything.
This whole conversation has been eye-opening.
Me too. It really makes you think.
I feel like I have a new understanding of what it means to live a truly meaningful life.
I'm with you on that. And, we're not done yet. Part 3, we'll dig into some more specific strategies for cultivating awe.
Bringing more of it into our lives and into the world.
Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back to our awe adventure.
Part 3.
We've gone deep on the science, the benefits, even how awe might reshape, well, everything.
We have covered some ground.
But let's get practical. How do we actually bring more awe into our daily lives?
$1 million question, right?
Right. Where do we even start?
Well, Keltner, he suggests something, kind of simple but really powerful. Cultivating that sense of wonder about the ordinary world around us. Seeing things with new eyes.
Like rediscovering that childlike curiosity we talked about?
Exactly. Remember, he emphasized literally looking up at the sky more often.
Oh, yeah.
How many of us walk around glued to our phones,
Guilty.
missing all that beauty above us?
It's true. But it makes me think about how awe, connects us to something bigger, like we were saying.
That sense of connection, it's so important. Combats loneliness, reduces stress.
It boosts the immune system, right?
Exactly.
So if you're feeling lost, disconnected, maybe we need to remember to look up, literally and figuratively.
I love that. Expanding our awareness, shifting our perspective.
Remembering we're part of something bigger than our daily grind.
Exactly. Keltner also talks about seeking awe in nature,
Oh, yeah, big nature guy.
spending time outdoors, hiking, strolling through a park, even just sitting under a tree.
There's that research, right, about nature reducing stress, improving mood.
Tons of it.
But what if you're stuck in the city? all concrete and skyscrapers. Are you just out of luck?
Not at all. Even small doses of nature can help. Houseplants, a rooftop garden,
Yeah.
even just looking at pictures of
Get
nature.
creative. Bring those elements in.
Right. And remember, awe isn't just visual.
Oh, right. What else?
Think music, art, literature, even scientific discoveries, anything that sparks that sense of wonder.
Oh, absolutely. Listening to a piece of music that just moves you or a book that blows your mind, those are awe-inspiring.
They are actively seeking out those experiences that expand us.
Challenge our assumptions.
Yeah, connect us to something larger.
And, like we talked about before, awe isn't just about personal growth. It can inspire us to actually do something, make a difference.
Right. Keltner talked about shifting our focus from self-interest to the well-being of everyone,
Working for social justice, protecting the environment.
creating a more compassionate world.
It's like awe gives us a glimpse of our interconnectedness and then, boom, inspires us to act for the greater good.
I love that. Such a powerful message, especially now.
Especially now. We're facing, climate change, social divisions. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, powerless.
It is. But what if, instead of despair, we tapped into awe to fuel a movement
Awe as fuel.
for positive change?
It's like we all have that little spark of awe inside, and together.
We could ignite something incredible.
This deep dive, it's been truly amazing.
I agree.
We explored the science, the benefits, the potential of awe to change everything.
We did.
And, it's not just a fleeting emotion.
Right.
It's a way of being, a practice, a way of seeing the world.
It can bring so much meaning and purpose.
So as we go back out into the world,
Out into the world.
let's make that commitment, look up more often, seek out wonder, cultivate compassion, let awe guide us.
Beautiful. And hey, if you want even more inspiration, check out Keltner's book, Awe, The New Science of Everyday Wonder and How It Can Transform Your Life.
So much good stuff in there. Well, until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and stay in awe.
The world is full of wonder. We just have to open our eyes and see it.